Hi students, I'm your teacher, Miss Lu from SMJK Chonghua Confucius Penang. I have made this video to help you to answer question 10 in the SPM Science Paper 2. As you know, question 10 is a compulsory essay question. These questions will test the scientific skills. You need to plan an experiment. In your plan, you need to list out the hypothesis, aim of the experiment, variables, apparatus and materials, procedures, and tabulations of data. The marks for each part can be seen in the slide. Question 10 consists of two parts. Part A will give you a situations. You need to link the situations to the science concept that you have learned. Suggest a hypothesis from the situations. Part B requires you to plan an experiment based on the hypothesis in A and the apparatus and material that is given in the question. Let us see the questions that I have prepared here. The situation stated in the question is: there are a lot of nutrients left on the teeth. It will enhance microorganism activities and cause tooth decay. Alkaline toothpaste is used to prevent this problem. Based on these situations, students have to think which topic is relevant. From the words microorganism and alkaline, I believe you can link them to Chapter 1 of the Form 5 syllabus. In that topic, you have learned that microorganisms cannot live in an alkaline conditions, but it can live well in a neutral conditions. Now, let us see questions A. You are asked to suggest a hypothesis to investigate the situations. So, based on your previous knowledge, the hypothesis is microorganisms cannot grow in an alkaline conditions, or microorganisms can grow well in neutral conditions. Okay, for part B, let us read the questions. Based on the given situations, plan an experiment to investigate bacterial growth by using distilled water, sodium hydroxide solutions, nutrient broth, 2 sets of test tubes, and 1 other material. Your description should include the following criteria: the aim of the experiment, identifications of variables, the list of apparatus and materials, procedures or method, and tabulations of data. The marks for each part is shown by the side. Okay, how we are going to start? The plan of the experiment must be based on the hypothesis in part A and also the materials and apparatus that are given in the question. So, the experiment will investigate that microorganisms cannot grow in alkaline conditions and can grow well in neutral conditions. For the first part, we need to write the aim of the experiment. The statement of the aim of the experiment must be started with the phrase to study or to investigate. This is followed by the relationship between the manipulated variable and the responding variable. So, here are the answers. To study the growth of bacteria in distilled water and sodium hydroxide solutions, or to study the effects of pH on the growth of bacteria, or to study the relationship between pH and the growth of bacteria. For the second part, we need to state the variables. There are 3 variables. We are advised to answer all, although it only carries 2 marks. It is because it can help you to get full marks even you make 1 mistake. Anyhow, for year 2019, the format has been changed. The question fixed 2 variables for students to answer. So, please read the questions carefully. Choose the correct variables to answer as asked in the questions. Let us see the manipulated variable in these questions. The answer is pH. If you cannot recall the word pH, you can write the different materials that have been used in the experiment. They are distilled water and sodium hydroxide solutions. Remember, here the words you have to use is and, not or. For the responding variables, the answer is the result of the experiment. So, for the experiment, the answer is the growth of bacteria. Anyway, we know the growth of bacteria by observing the cloudiness of the nutrient roof. So, the cloudiness of nutrient roof can be the answer for responding variables too. The last variable is the fixed variable. Fixed variables is the same material that are used in both sets of experiments. So, the answer is bacteria or nutrient roof. Please remember you have to give parameter for this answer. Bacteria or nutrient roof alone is not allowed. So, the parameter that we add on is volume or type of. So, the answer is volume of bacteria or type of bacteria, or volume of nutrient roof or type of nutrient roof. You just need to give one answer. Students, please remember, apparatus like test tube is not the fixed variable. For the following part is apparatus and materials. You have to list out all the apparatus and materials that are given in the questions. Then, find out one important material or apparatus that was not stated. Complete the list. For this experiment, the answer is bacteria. You will only get the mark when you give the full list of the apparatus and materials. Okay, let us answer procedure. Students can use diagram, words or diagram and words to explain the procedure. I will explain both here. First of all, let me explain how to answer in a diagram. Please label your diagram. No marks will be given without any label. This experiment is to investigate the effect of pH on the growth of bacteria. So, we need 2 test tubes. Draw the test tubes and label them A, B. Shows the manipulated variable in the diagram. Distilled water is added in test tube A, and sodium hydroxide solution is added in test tube B. For both the test tubes, we will add in the fixed variable, which are the nutrient roof and bacteria. Label these 2 materials. For the responding variable, we need to write it down in words because it cannot be shown in the diagram. The sentence has to end with the words is recorded after the responding variables. So, the sentence as below record the cloudiness of the nutrient. As you already know, we need time to observe the result for the bacterial growth. The sentence "observe the result after 2 days" must be stated. The total marks for the procedure is 4 marks. You need to know how the mark is given. Based on this example, 1 mark is given to the fixed variables. 1 mark is given to the first manipulated variables. 1 mark is given to the second manipulated variable. The 4th mark is given to the words 2 days sentence. And the last mark is given to the fixed variables. Any 4 points are allowed to have full marks. To answer in words, you can write as below. Prepare 2 test tubes and label A, B. Pour nutrient broth and bacterial culture into 2 test tubes. Distilled water is added into test tube A. Sodium hydroxide solution is added in test tube B. Both test tubes are left for 2 days. Cloudiness of the nutrient broth is recorded. The marks given is same like the diagram. The last part is tabulations of data. Students must present the answer in a table. Create a table with 2 columns. Write the manipulated variable, which is pH, in the right top box, and the responding variable, which is cloudiness of the nutrient broth or the growth of bacteria, in the left top box. Write the 2 pH conditions under the pH. They are distilled water and sodium hydroxide solution. Leave the boxes below the responding variables empty. This is just a plan for the experiment. No answer yet. That is all for today. Thank you and all the best. Bye.